In this video, I'm going to show you how to texture paint in Blender. Recently, I modeled this robot arm and I need to texture it so that I can use it in my animation. So come along for the ride to texture this. Let me show you some basics before we do some experimenting on this model. So let me take a default cube and subdivide it. We need to subdivide it because we need all those faces and vertices to paint on. Otherwise, texture painting will not work. And after that, to paint on this, you should go to texture painting. Here you can make some textures. For that, go to texture slot. Here you can make different textures like base color, metallic, reference. I'll show you each one how it works. See, first let us go to base color. Here you'll see the window after clicking on base color. This means I'm in 4096 means I'm in 4K texture. It will create a 4K texture. If 1092 means it's 1K, and if you multiply that by that with 2, it will be 2K texture. I'll keep it for now. I'll keep it in 2K texture. It's okay. And now this color indicates what the base color is. Now if you click OK, it will create with white. Let me create some purple and keep some purple and click OK. It will create purple on it, cube with purple. Now after creating the texture, you can see here the base texture, image texture is created and it is attached to our principal BSGF. This texture contains all our data which you are drawing here. Now you can pick these pick colors from here. You can click X, like Photoshop, to switch between these two colors. By clicking X, you can switch between those two. And now I'll take green for example and draw it on here. With strength, you can adjust its opacity. If I keep it less strength, less green will place on here, like that. And the radius, the size of the brush can be adjusted by the radius. It can also be adjusted with the shortcut by clicking on F. You can increase or decrease the brush size. That is that. And now I'll show you other textures. Like for suppose, let me show you what metallic texture does. And one more thing here is, except base color, metallic texture, roughness texture, bump texture all takes only black and white values. White contains, in roughness, white contains how smooth the value should be. Black means how dull the value should be. In metallic, black means how dull, how non-reflective the surface is, and white color means how reflective the surface is. I'll make another image texture. It was created here and attached to our metallic node, metallic column. Now if I even have green here, it will not reflect the green here. Let's see this. It is not reflecting green. No color will be added here. So keep it in white. It is adding dullness. It is not adding anything. Now if I click X and shift that to black. Oh, I should increase my strength. Sorry. Now this is metallic color. If I click on black, if I choose black and draw here, it will become dull. It is now non-reflective. Okay, and that is how metallic works. Similarly, that's how roughness works. Bump works. Bump also takes white and black colors. If you click on bump, no color, RGB color doesn't affect it. Similarly, black pushes the bump inside, and white pushes the bump outside. Now that is it with you can create according to the reference. You can create these IOR levels, roughness, metallic, normal textures, etc., and play texture according to them. Now let me show you some settings over here. These are brush settings. Similarly, what are there here? Same are here. And here, coming to color palette, if you, for suppose, you have this base color. Let me say you have this base color which you need different multiple objects, and you want to save this base color. For that, you can come to color palette, create a new color palette and name it anything you want. I will name it as my, and then you can add this base color and save it here, so that if you want the base color on any different object, you can make the base color on any different object in order, and you have no need to copy this hex code and go to the other object and fill the other object with the hex code. That all clumsiness will not be needed. You can simply save your color presets here, like some presets. Click on the plus button, it will save your color presets here. That what color palette does. And now coming to textures here, this brush I'll go to base color, draw simply like airbrush, I can tell you, just a base color. Now if you go to textures, create a new texture and come on down here, and then I'll select a cloud texture. I'll leave it default, everything as default. Come to tools. Here you can see the cloud texture is up here now. With that, if you draw here, you can see I will make this size big. You can see our brush is drawing some noise, like simply noise and cloud texture. What texture you have here, it will draw that. And you can also use some what you call that, custom brushes. I created this brush to create some edge wear, etc. I'll show you that brush I created. 1 minute. I'll take off this, click new, open, go to my downloads. Yes, this is the one I created. I'll make it white. 1 minute. This is the brush I created to make some edge wear, like I will here. I thought to use it in my robot arm. I'll show you how I'm using it. You can create some basic custom brushes, or import some custom brushes from online and use them to texture your models, etc. This is what textures here does, and that's it. Mostly that's what I use. Those are the basics. These are the basics. These are base color, extra textures, brush sizes, colors, presets you can save here in color palette, texture mask to make some cloudy and custom brushes, etc. Those are the basics. With this you can start making textures. And now let me show you what I'm doing on my robot arm, so that you can get some more clarity. And one more thing before I show you what I'm doing on my robot arm. After doing this, creating these textures and doing your painting, desktop painting, make sure to save all your images, or else if you close your blender, it will not save. You cannot just click Ctrl S and close your blender. These image textures will not be saved. Make sure that after you done with your work, click on the save all your images. Okay, otherwise all your work will be gone. Now let's go to the robot arm. Here is a part of my robotic arm. Here I'm displaying my reference, and I painted this arm in a base color, and I just added a bump. I did not make any bump set. I just added a bump texture, my base texture and bump texture. Now let me add this yellow strip. First let me add a bump here. Clicking F, reducing the size of my brush, and now along here, and I'll make this as white. Here I added this bump. Again let me go to base color, is yellow, make this color as yellow. I'll make it slightly orange, okay, less saturated. Now go over here, and I'll be painting on this bump. Let me increase the strength, and now paint on this bump. And now go to base texture again, and also paint this as yellow. That is that I painted that orange. Now I need some metallic look here, down bottom here, to this screw some metallic look. So I'll add this metallic texture into 4. Okay, I can go to image editor. Now here I'll click arm on metallic, which is purely black. It's black is dull, white is reflectiveness. I'll change this as white, this to black, and now here I need some white color. Not white color, I'll change to metallic and make this into shiny surface. Now I'm going to take this orange color and paint here. I'll go to shading nodes and add some noise texture to the base color texture to bring some impurities so that the arm will not look so flat. Now you can see that there are some black marks after adding that noise texture. It is not fully blue color. There are some black marks all over the place. Now moving on to the next step, I'll change the brush to the cloud texture in this texture here in textures and draw it in some places. Not for a particular reason. It just looks good. Now I'll create a bump texture to create some dents and make it look like it has been to some repairs, etc. Now finally, I'll create a edgeware texture using procedural nodes. It is simple. Just add a bevel node, geometry node, vector map node, map range node, and you'll get a basic edgeware node setup. Make sure that you're in cycle center view, otherwise you'll not be able to see your changes. And after that, to create some unevenness in the edgeware setup, add a noise texture node to the bevel node. This will create this type of look. And this is a screenshot of the whole node setup, how I created the edgeware node setup. There are also many tutorials on YouTube, easy tutorial, 1 minute tutorials. You can also watch them if you don't understand this properly. That's it. With that, we tested our first arm. We should repeat this process with other parts too. Same process like adding textures like base color texture, metallic texture, roughness texture, etc. And manipulating them or changing them, giving some unevenness with the node setup. With this, you can make textures by using texture painting in Blender. It is a time-taking process. I heard the substance painter is a better and good one to make some textures, but it is pricey. I'm looking for some alternatives. If you guys know any alternatives for substance painter, let me know in the comment section. And while you're down there, do subscribe to the channel if you like my content. And that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Here is the final product.